Okay, I want to share a few messages that I have gotten from people regarding their personal stories. I'm not going to share any kind of identifying information. I'm not going to give specific ages, no locations, no male or female. This is just totally anonymous. So if you happen to hear one of your messages come up, I want you to know that you really can confide in me, and that I would never, just throw somebody's name out there, because this is a personal subject, and I don't know who would be okay with that and who wouldn't. So if you're one of the ones who don't mind people knowing who you are and your story, send it to me and I'll put it out there, because I mean, people need to hear this kind of stuff, and I'll get more into that later in the video. But I hope I don't offend anybody by doing this. I hope that there's not some unwritten law against this. But like I said, I can't stress it enough. I'm not going to let anybody know who you are at all. This is just for inspiration for other people to not feel so isolated. Here's one. This particular person is in their 20s. I've had bad teeth as far back as I can remember. Growing up, my family was not exactly well off. We made ends meet, but there was no way my single mother was able to pay for dentist visits. Around 19, my teeth really started getting worse. At this point in my life, I became very depressed. No longer liked going out with friends, and any social activity was not a great experience. I've learned to live with it for the most part. As I get older, I think my teeth are causing me to waste my life. I feel like I'm missing out on so many things because I'm embarrassed about myself. Um, let's see. I'm skipping around because some things are not, relevant to what I'm talking about here. Um, I've decided to change my life and get dentures, but I don't really know what to expect. And I was hoping you could shed some light. Pretty sure my top teeth have to go. Um, Bottom teeth, only a couple have problems, not particularly in horrible shape. Hoping you could write me back and tell me about your experience and details on what I should expect. How bad did it hurt? How long does the pain stay around? Do people ever notice they're fake? How's your life now compared to how it was? I hope you write me back. Um, then we have another one. Don't know where to begin. Hopefully you have a few minutes. Let's see. This person is mid-20s, and they had said that they had their consultation with the dentist to get the ball rolling. I know that dentures are my only option. Thank you so much for making me feel better. My husband is worried because I get weird about things or moody, that I'd freak out without my teeth. But they're so horrible now that it doesn't matter. I'd give anything to smile. You were so right when you said when your teeth look bad, you feel bad, don't smile, and it makes you miserable. That's how I felt for the past 6 years. Um, let's see. So here's some other things that they mentioned about my blog. Okay, there's, another example. Um, Here's one. I dated a young woman when we were both 25 and remained friends for years after we quit dating. She was modeling at the time and was a very pretty woman as yourself. She had full upgrades, and for those of you who don't know, I call my dentures my upgrades, and had a beautiful smile. With my dental history and after our relationship, I came to the conclusion that it did not matter to me if a woman wore dentures, but it did matter that she have a pretty smile, and with modern dentistry, you can have a perfectly gorgeous smile. I used to tell her she had a dial a kiss, as she had multiple kissing choices. To this day, I look at upgrades as a positive. Maybe I'm one of the few, but if you would like to communicate with one that views it as a positive, here I am. Just glad you took the step, as it will improve your life. See, and I've got tons more. I've got so many more messages that are very similar to that. It's life. Life happens to all of us in different ways. Maybe we're all dealing with dentures, but like Other people have their own set of problems. And, you know, one thing I learned is to never judge a book by its cover, because I'm sure people, you know, if they did notice how bad my teeth were, which they didn't, people never, I'd never showed it to people. I knew that they weren't that great, but didn't know the extent. But even still, even with the information that they did have and what they did see, they had no idea the kind of torment that I was suffering through inside. And that's why I do this. That is exactly why I get up here and put myself out there in front of all of my friends, all of my family, you know, people who probably despise me and would love to make fun of me, you know, in real life, to see these videos and have something to go off of. I do this because I know from personal experience that it's a lot more than just teeth. I know it is. It is very damaging to your entire mental well-being, because you don't talk about it. People don't talk about it to each other. When I would even write things anonymously online before, I would get butterflies. I would just get so worried that somehow somebody would find out. What if I forgot to erase the history? Because I used to do this. I used to sit here at my computer and, like, you know, look for some kind of help with my teeth, just anything, you know, dental charity, you know, contest to enter, and just stuff like that that I didn't want my husband to find out about. I didn't want him to know that I had literally spent hours looking for stuff like this online, because, you know, when you're in that situation, it is so embarrassing and it is so taboo. And, you know, people have got all kinds of disorders. People have got anorexia. People have got anxiety. People have got, like, you know, just various issues that it's so easy to go and get therapy for. I'm not downplaying those things at all. Like, those are struggles too. But the thing with this is that, what do you do? Do you go to therapy and say, you know, I'm completely mentally screwed up in the head because I have bad teeth? Well, the answer is obvious. Get good teeth. Fix your teeth. But sometimes it's not that simple. It isn't. Sometimes, you know, money can be a factor. Sometimes people just don't have the money and they don't have insurance. Their insurance won't cover the whole thing. Some people don't know what to expect, and they're terrified at the thought of, even if their teeth are bad, that they have to lose them all. I mean, this is just, I can't even stress to you enough how big of a deal this is. It's so big for people. And to, you know, I guess with the odds, like for me, out of everybody I knew, and I don't know a whole lot of people, I don't associate with a whole lot of people, but out of all of the ones that I did in real life, not that this is like not real life, but you get it, I was the only one. I was the only, well, no, I take that back. My mom did have, she has bad teeth, but, like, she seems to be okay with it. Like, I felt like I was the only person that was struggling and, like, feel like I'm dying inside. Like, you just want so bad to live life. Like, the first message that I read, that person feels like they were wasting their life away. And that's exactly how I felt. I felt like I was waiting for the day that I could smile. I was putting things off that I've always wanted to do and waiting for that day. And then, you know, finally for me, that day has come. And it's not how I thought it would be. The reason why I caused myself so much anguish is because I did not even consider dentures as an option. When that got brought up to me, I was like, nope, it's not happening. I refuse to get teeth that can come out of my mouth. So in my mind, I was waiting for the day to go get teeth in a day or something like that. Get all my teeth pulled out and get all individual implants and have it resemble, you know, natural teeth as much as possible. That's the day that I was waiting for, and that's why it seemed so far away. until it got to that point where I could not carry that burden anymore. I could not do it by myself anymore. I had to do something. I had to get it fixed. And that's when I decided, you know what? Anything has got to be better than feeling like this. Anything. If they have to come out for me to brush them and soak them and whatever, if, there's a chance in hell somebody out there would see me without them, then that's just something that I'm going to have to do in order to better myself in the long run. And I did it, and I'm so thankful for it. But this is the point that I really want to drive home. For those of you who have dentures right now, if you are insecure about it, do whatever you can to not be insecure about it. Because guess what? Somewhere down the line, your experience could really help a newbie. Like, it could really change the way somebody feels about themselves inside. And like, what greater reward is there than to know that your experiences have been, the way you feel about yourself has been put aside to help somebody else. So I encourage all of you, whatever it is that you feel like you need to do to overcome the fact that you got dentures and just to move on with life and feel good about it, do it, because you can really help somebody out there. And for those of you who don't have them yet but know you need to get them, just do it. That's one of those things that you're just going to have to do and experience in order to overcome the fear. You're not going to instantly feel better about it. You're still going to have some anxieties about the idea. But afterward, hopefully you will, hopefully you'll change your mind about it. Like a lot of people do, because, so many people have them that you would never even suspect. Because if I go out in public, I seriously doubt anybody looks at me and thinks that woman has dentures. So I'm starting to lose my train of thought here. I just really wanted to share this with everyone so that you would know that it's not something to be ashamed of at all, and that you can help somebody else by going through this. And even if it's not, helping somebody out with dentures, maybe somebody else that you know is going through a really difficult time with some other health condition, or something with their family member or their kid, or whatever life throws at them. You could use this story as a way to motivate them and lift their spirits up and say, hey, I was in your shoes, maybe a little bit different, but, I had a lot of fear about this particular thing, and, it was really scary. It was a big deal for me, but I overcame it, and, I'm better off for it. That's the way I think. Use what you would consider bad experiences and what devastates you, use that as a way to help somebody else overcome their issues. Because we could sit here forever and talk about how nobody talks about this, and I feel alone, I feel isolated, but we have to make the first step to put ourselves out there so that eventually a chain reaction will occur, and people will now feel like they have somewhere to go and somebody to talk to and someone who understands. Because there were times that I felt so alone that, I had anxiety too, and so I was too scared to die, but, didn't exactly want to live. It got that bad for me at times. It was just so devastating. So I really wish that, I really wish that I would have found the forum that I did eventually find sooner, to see all of the other people that go through this same thing every single day. So I wanted to throw this one out there again, and I should put a permanent link up to this forum on my channel, because it would really help all of you. And it's Dentures, a new smile.ning, that's NING.com. And there's just so many people that are like, I'm sure you can identify with, that you will find somebody that fits your same exact description, and you can talk to them. They're all so nice and friendly. yeah, so that's my last video for the night. So, good night for real this time.